Alright, bro, let's keep it a buck like a goddamn dollar store. If I asked most of you guys out there the title of this video, what would you say? Because in my mind, I'm believing that all of you are gonna say no. Would you want your future wife to be a whore? No, obviously, right? If anyone's out there that says doesn't really matter to me, you got some shit that you need to get fixed, bro. Your brain ain't working properly. But this brings me to this notion that I kind of touched upon in my other video on this channel, Why the Red Pill is Retarded, about how our actions don't correlate to that claim, to that idea, to that thought. Why? Because in the over-sexualized society that we live in today, where girls are just showing themselves off in person, online, this and that, us as men need to kind of set the line, set the boundaries, set the standards higher. Because in my eyes, in my view of the world, my perspective, men set the tone. They set the standard. Everything else follows suit. So if we as men claim that what we just answered in the title of this video, would you want your future wife to be a whore? And you say no, yet your actions completely contradict that, then bro, you're the more of the problem than any woman out here. And I'm not trying to point fingers at women are the problem, men are the problem, this and that. I'm just saying the truth. Like, if you really do believe that statement, that you really do believe that I want someone that's pure, I want someone that's not on some degenerate, promiscuous stuff, then your actions have to match that. Why? Because mathematically, on a just a general basic level, if you want to be degenerate, you're gonna get degenerate. If you want to be pure, you're gonna get the pureness back that you're looking for. It's just a reflection of yourself. They say that life is like a mirror. Whatever you have deep down in here is going to be reflected back. It's going to come bounce back to you like a boomerang. Come on. So with this notion, I want to just kind of pinpoint one major key that I touched upon in that red pill video. Why it's retarded. Why you shouldn't be listening to that nonsense, because it's so prevalent in the self-improvement manosphere sphere, whatever the hell it's called, within YouTube, social media, and stuff like that, is that a lot of these guys that say these things, I want a pure wife, I want a pure woman, I want a pure just partner to be with, to eventually grow a family, this and that, be traditional. They're the same motherfuckers out there that literally pollute and just kind of set the standard for these women even lower and lower and lower, and society just plays off that. It just amplifies that more. So if you're just out here and you're trying to go to the clubs and you're trying to go to the bars and you're trying to do all this and that, if you want to do that for fun, by all means, go for it, bro. I don't think it's fun. I think it's weird. I think it's corny. I think it's for losers. But if you think it's cool, go ahead and get to it, man. Who am I to tell you not to do it? It's just my perspective. But if you're doing all that stuff and your main goal is to go out and catch a body with whatever type of woman that you see there, you are playing completely opposite to what you want. You are going against your code. And that's one of the biggest things, in my opinion, that what makes a man a man. They got a code, they got a set of morals, they got a set of beliefs, and they will not compromise for nothing. They won't compromise for their own pleasure, they won't compromise for pain, they won't compromise for nothing. They stand on that 10 toes down, no matter what. They're not gonna fold or bend. That's what a real man, one of the traits of a real man, comes down to. Yet if you go against your own code that you just claimed at the beginning of this video, what does that make you? A hypocrite. A hypocrite. So you're going out, you're doing all these things for the chase of women, to get a pleasure, of a couple seconds, sleeping with them, whatever it is, bro. You already know. I don't really got to get into the details. You know what gets down. If you do all these things and you're still out here like complaining like these red pill dudes that all these women are hoes. There's no good women out here. You ain't gonna find a good wife. Blah blah blah. You gotta cheat. You gotta do this. You gotta, oh man, spin plates. Whatever the fuck that means. Like you get a couple of different girls that you're talking to. You come on, bro. You are literally you're shitting on your own bed. You're shitting where you eat. Like you're literally just defecating on the thing that you actually want. Like you are just completely fucking it up for yourself and for everybody else out there. If you just go out here and you play this role and you get some of these women that are kind of lost, they see all these celebrities, these rappers, these female like figures that are like damn near their music videos are porn, and they think that, oh man, that's what I'm trying to be, a boss bitch. I'm trying to be some girl that literally just looks good for a certain period amount of time, and that's it. Everybody's got to pay me. I got entitlement just for looking good, just for showing my ass, just for showing my tits, just because I got a nice face. They see that stuff, it's going their subconscious programming, and then they're gonna go act on it, and you are just validating that. You are validating their actions. But in deep down, you don't want that bullshit. And most of the time, deep down, they don't want that bullshit. It's just easier to brainwash people when they're younger, when they're more susceptible to these things, and especially with social media. So as men, like I said, you gotta set the standard. You gotta set the tone. If you don't want to deal with that stuff, then don't deal with it. Don't bend, don't fold, don't go out there looking for all these things and then come back and complain like these red pill guys out here on YouTube with the fucking sunglasses indoors, cigar in their mouths, fucking V-necks. Like that's some corny ass shit, bro. Some corny ass shit. What up? The red pill revolution's coming after me. After speaking these facts. But yeah, if you are planning to kind of grow a real traditional family, to have a pure wife, to have a pure life, you got to live out that same code. You can't bend or fold for no reason, bro. For no reason. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what people are telling you. I don't care what your friends are doing. You got to know what you want in life. You got to act out the actions that correlate to it. It's got to be in alignment. You can't say one thing and do something else. It just don't make sense. It just can't connect. It can't click. So what is it that you got to do? Well, I don't know, bro. You got to decide that for yourself. But in my opinion, with things like semen retention, this and that, getting to like detaching from what society pushes on us as men in this over-sexualized marketplace that we see is going to be key to just elevating your consciousness just from getting a nut, getting your rocks off, to, all right, bro, what is the actual point of doing this? What is the actual point of going after these women? And when in reality, I don't want them for them. I want them for the feeling of it. I want them for the chase, for the pleasure. I don't care about the person. And when you say that deep down, bro, that is some scumbag, douchebag shit, bro. And some of us have been there. But you can change. You can change your perspective. You can change your state of consciousness to a higher level. And once you do that, you're just going to be able to see yourself detached from that stuff. And you're not going to be like, hey, bro, I don't want to be a part of any of this, bro. I don't want to be a part of polluting more of this degenerate shit onto other people, and it's going to affect onto others as a domino type of ordeal. It's just going to keep just polluting everything else because of my action that just goes over to this one, to this one, to this one, to this one. You don't know, bro. You could be the one guy that just completely just sluts a girl out, bro. She was pure and innocent before, but your mind, your fucked up mind, you did that. And then they just get into the state of looking at all these things around them, looking at all of their friends around them, and they follow suit. So one more person crossed off the list of what you really want, that pure life, that pure wife, that pure just traditional type of morals, family, all that stuff, bro. And this is something that's low-key planned, and I know some of you guys already know this, but there's this quote from like a Muslim sheikh or like something like that. They say if you want to basically take a nation down without doing it, single thing, not laying a single hand on anyone, you just gotta promote and you gotta make it normal to be promiscuous, to push pornography, to over-sexualize that society. Why? Because it destroys that actual traditional values that have been stood the test of time for years on years within human history. It destroys that family nucleus. It destroys the morals of men. It destroys the consciousness of what a woman really should be looked at for, not just the physical attractiveness. It destroys all that stuff. And we're living in a time where that shit is amplified to 1,000. Over 9,000. Shout out to Dragon Ball Z. It's just it's just crazy at this point. So you got to be disciplined enough to just draw the line. You got to say, if I want this, I got to give up all this shit. Is this stuff worth it to just give up my actual desires, my actual things that I think will fulfill me in life, over just some fun and a couple seconds of pleasure here and there, chasing after these things that eventually, over time, when you're older, you're gonna be like, damn, I fucked up. I wasted my time doing that bullshit. Some people are gonna be like, hey bro, it was the best time of my life. Cool. Their consciousness is still at that lower level. But you're watching this channel, you're watching Fulati Fitness, I'm guessing that you aren't stuck on your lower level nature. And if you are rising above that. You're becoming aware of that. So just keep that in mind, bro. Do you want your future wife to be a whore? Like, straight up. You said no. I already know that you said no. You ain't saying nothing through the screen, but I know that you are not. You're just shaking your head. You're being like, nah, fuck that shit. I don't want to be a part of that. I want a pure wife and I want to live a pure life. So how are you going to do that? Is by detaching from this nonsense around you. Is by becoming that high value man that they talk about, but that no one really fucking actually lives out. That actually says how it is. Because it's beyond just your status, your money, your cars, your clothes, your muscles. It's beyond that. It's what's in here. Your soul. What is that? That's what a lot of guys are missing in this whole self-improvement sphere, like I've talked about before. Self-improvement is basically useless without spirituality. If you don't have that connection to the source, to see the interconnectedness with everyone, to see that that's just not an attractive woman, but that's someone's daughter, that's someone's fucking eventual wife, that's someone's eventual mother. You're not going to pollute that shit, even if it's not your daughter, even if it's not your wife, even if it's not the mother of your children. You don't want to fuck up the rest of the shit. I'm not saying, hey, bro, don't go talk to any women, don't do any of this shit. No, act out the way that you would want to live out that life that you eventually are working towards. Is the father you want to be, the man that you want to be, out here fucking swiping away on Tinder, just fucking drooling on TikTok over women, and fucking just going to clubs and this and that, like just trying to chase some tail? Probably not. So why are you acting in that way right now? The more you act in that way right now, the harder it's going to be to elevate from it, because it's just becoming more programmed into your brain, and society is just adding on another layer of that programming that makes it even 10 times harder to get out of. So it's not going to be easy, but your parents did it, their parents did it, their Your grandparents' parents did it. Your grandparents' grandparents did it. It's how it's always supposed to be. And you might disagree with that. You might say, hey, bro, nah, like, we're living in a different time. Yes, but some things just stick. They just stand the test of time, like some exercises. There's all these machines and all these things in the gyms nowadays, but the basics, you can never turn your back on them. Why? Because they work. Things work for a reason. God put these things in place for a reason. Why? Because they work. They keep things in harmony. They keep things in flow. They keep things in motion. Right now we're in a static, weird moment in life that is just a lot of shit's just fucking up the general code, the morals, the laws of human nature, the laws of nature itself. You got to be the one that reverts back to that natural state. Because right now you think, nah, this is normal. Doing all these things, these degenerate things are normal. They've been programming you to think that. But when you detach from it and you go back to the real way, the traditional way, you're gonna feel like that you return back to home. Oh, bro, this is how it's always supposed to be. This feels good. This feels right. This feels moral. It doesn't feel like I have shame or guilt by just being some fucking degenerate like douchebag. I'm stepping in and tapping into that divine masculine state. Just being a stand-up guy. Just being a fucking straight up dude that just gets the job done, knows his purpose, knows what life is all about, knows that there's far more than just pleasure, physical attractiveness, just materialistic things. He knows that there's far more to life than that. And I'm guessing that the people that are watching this stuff are on that type of timing. Because you wouldn't be watching What the Fulati. You wouldn't be watching Fulati Fitness if you weren't on that. So there it is, bro. If you don't want your future wife to be a whore, you shouldn't be a man whore either. You shouldn't be lusting over women like some fucking animal. Like some dog. Lola. She's a girl, so can't really blame her. But you can't do that. You can't say one thing and do the other. If you're a stand-up guy, you got morals, you got a code that you need to stand on, 10 toes down, and not bend or fold, no matter what. If that's not something that you want to do, you don't care if your future wife's a whore, I don't know why the fuck you watched this entire video, but more power to you. It's your boy out here, What the Fulati, in the field, in the flesh, dropping out that game so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out here. Peace.